Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today we are covering Don't Breathe. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea. So, I am doing the Republic of Tea Turmeric Matcha. It's got turmeric, green tea, ginger, coconut flavor, Japanese matcha, and black pepper.
And I am doing a repeat as well with Republic of Tea's Stressless Wintermint. And it has organic peppermint, natural lemon extract, organic lemon peel, organic spearmint, organic lemon balm, organic licorice, ashwagandha root extract, lemon juice, lemon verbena, and organic wintergreen flavor. All the things.
Yes. And thank you to the Republic of Tea for allowing us to continue to do what we love, and for our tea sippers out there. Brew yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. So, in Don't Breathe, a group of burglars break into the wrong house as a homeowner has some tricks up his sleeve. Yeah. So for entertainment, I will say, the premise of this movie is really interesting. But where kind of the twist and what they reveal is kind of actually what detracts away from the movie for me personally. Now, it does I like that they add it because it gives you a reasoning on why he won't let them escape.
Yeah.
And that he's hunting them down to kill them. But aside from that, it just why? Especially
So uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable. And it just took away from the movie. It didn't add anything. But anyways, I give it
There's definitely some ick factor.
Yeah. At most I can give it a 7. I'd say maybe a 6.75, but 7 is what I'd give it most. And the biggest reason is, I will say, this movie has really great tension.
Oh, yes.
Really good tension.
For sure.
And yeah, I wrote down "lost me at the turkey baster."
Which is funny because for that scene I just wrote gross.
Yeah. And then the fact that she chokes it with him, or chokes him with it. Oh God. Oh, it's so gross. So gross. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Plus, that was a lot.
Yeah, that was so much.
That was a lot.
So much.
Sir, do you not realize? Anyways. Okay, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, really good tension. And they do flesh out before the burglary, the stakes for the characters, why they want to go to that house. I do find it's a fun, weird, interesting twist where it's it's focusing on the main characters and they're doing a bad thing. And so you're okay, and why would I root for the main characters? But then you find out that the homeowner, the whole reason why they're wanting to break into his house is, first, I think the fact that he is blind. And second, the fact that he got a lawsuit a settlement. So they kind of thought it was easy pickings. So I thought it was a good and interesting take that is no, he is actually a fucking machine. And he has very much honed his other senses in a way that it's yeah. Because he's able to shoot them just by just the slightest little teeny noise, he knows exactly where it came from, and just yeah. But so for me, I really enjoy the tension. I have not seen the second one, but I'm excited to see it, to see like how they take it. It looked like it's kind of a different mood.
Yeah. I've been waiting to see it. I've been waiting for you so we could watch it.
Yay.
It's been killing me.
But yeah, it's like, I feel like it starts off really strong, and it kind of gets less strong once they reveal his big secret and the stuff with the mother burglar. Mother burglar. Well, I mean, she is a mother.
No, she's not.
Well, what about...
That's her sister.
That's her sister?
That's her sister.
Oh. Okay. Well, what the burglar sister is doing to help them be able to like move to a better situation. But yeah, that's what I got. I swear I could never like oh man.
Anyway, I personally give it a 7.25 for entertainment. It lost a point or two for the turkey baster. Just saying. They do tension and suspense very well in this movie. For sure. And they don't have too many jump scares. There's a couple here and there, but it's not bad. And they're fairly well placed. Like, they make sense where they're
warranted.
Yes. Yeah. They also use silence very well in this film.
Yes, it's like deafening silence.
Yes.
Like I really wish I would have watched this one in the theater.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it would have been a really good one.
Yeah. So this one, they don't have music going the whole time. And because the guy is blind, he uses his hearing more than anything. He does use touch as well, and smell. But it's mostly hearing. So having those silent moments in the film makes every little creak or rustle of clothing or anything that much louder. Mm-hmm. So you get to experience a little bit of it as well. And every time they make a noise, you're like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're broadcasting your location.
Yeah.
So very well done with that. There's a ton of movie things in this movie.
Yeah. Yep.
So many.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to say about the realism. So much to say about the realism.
I see as you're like scrolling.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's a fairly implausible movie, which obviously we'll get to, but it is still entertaining. There are some gross moments, some very, very gross moments. So if that makes you uncomfortable, then be aware of that. But
yeah, I guess we should have done a trigger warning for like unconsensual sexual acts.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
yeah,
unconsensual insemination.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
And the whole like, oh, I never forced myself upon her. Yeah, it's like, dude, what?
You kind of are though.
Yeah. He says to the girl that's like strapped in.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Holding a turkey baster of his own stuff. Yeah, that. Hate that scene. Very well done on the uncomfortable bit. Yep. If you want to turn your audience to the The burglar side, that's
That
one
did
way to
it.
do it.
Yep.
That did it right there. Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, I was definitely on the burglar side at that point, but to me, it was like how he was like executioner style on them. Like
He was an army vet.
I know, but it's like they're literally trying to escape and they're like, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. It's like, I understand, you know, it explains why he did that, but at the same time, without having that knowledge, you're like, dude, like that's at the point where they're trying to run out of your house and you're still killing them. That's against the law. That's committing murder. No, but they say that, like, if you, like, for example, if you
He was
shoot
excessive
someone and they're incapacitated, the second you hurt them again, that's
You're the
against the
aggressor.
law.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But there was some gray area there for sure.
We need, like, a lawyer to, like, review. Or a policeman or something.
So I did look up some stuff too. But we'll get to that in realism, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on, shall we?
Yes. So for realism, I give it a 1. Well, first, the whole I mean, okay, fine. In this scenario, this man happens to be completely like 100% like visually impaired. But I just want to throw that out there that when people use the term blind, that does not, the majority of people who are visually impaired don't see like 100% like blackness. It's just, it's just visually impaired just means like how much light your eyes are able to take in.
They assumed a lot about his level of blindness.
Yes. Yes.
A lot.
Yeah.
Because there are those that are considered legally blind but can still see shapes and colors or a level of light.
Yes.
So,
like, visually, it just means that you need some sort of assistance to be able to, like, yeah, you know, it's
or
as
even
we're,
with assistance, you cannot see clearly.
Yeah, because, like, as we, well, I meant like a guide dog or something as far as assistance, but as we're learning more and more in the modern day, things are on a spectrum.
Yes.
And so that also holds true to being visually impaired. So there is a spectrum. Just because someone says they're blind doesn't mean that it's 100% like they can't see anything.
Yeah.
So, yep. But just wanted to throw that out there.
Is legally blind in one eye. But he can still see shapes and colors and stuff. Like he just has double vision in that eye.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my grandpa too.
Yeah.
And he still, it's like he wasn't legally allowed to drive and he drove anyways. So,
That's a common
but they
thing.
also lived on a farm and they're in the middle of nowhere. So,
That's a common thing.
but what I can't believe is the fact
Oh,
that
really?
my mom allowed me to drive in the car with my grandpa.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because we're in a field with all of these like hills
yeah,
and
no,
stuff.
my husband isn't that bad.
Oh
No,
man.
he's still allowed to drive. It's fine. He can see perfectly well out of the other one. So, but yeah, spectrum.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh.
Yeah, just left eye.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, learn something new every day.
Yep.
But yeah, and then do they explain how the hell he got away with like kidnapping okay.
They didn't mention it at all.
Yeah, because I'm like, he kidnapped her.
Yep.
It's like, okay, if this person caused the death of his daughter.
Yep.
And the police, if she went missing, that wasn't the first place that they knocked.
Right.
And it's like, it's not like he was hiding her in any secret area. She was just in his basement.
Yep.
In a very obviously padded and chained area.
Yeah.
And plus, I want to know the logistics of him incubating his man juices, Because I would
don't want to know that.
I would
I'm calling
assume,
bullshit on it, but I don't want to know.
like, I know it's possible. You know, maybe, but I don't know. I have doubts. I feel like you would have to be like very careful about like the temperature that you kept it in. And also maybe he's just trying to make sure that it took, but the amount.
It was so much. So much. I mean, it made sense that he did it over like a hot plate in water instead of in a microwave, because the microwave would not have worked.
Oh, no. Yeah. It would
But
zap the little swimmers.
oh, there's so much wrong with this.
Like, to me, it's like, it's gross, but also like weirdly funny. Just because it's like,
I don't
it's
know
just so
about funny.
fucking ridiculous.
I don't know about funny.
I mean, like, it's like traumatic and a ridiculously, I don't know. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. It comes off as so weird and ridiculous that like came off as funny, even though it's not actually funny. But yeah, it's like if you don't laugh, you'll cry type of thing, I guess.
Or gag in this case.
Or gag, yeah. No, there's a lot of gagging too,
Yeah, there's a lot of
especially when
retching.
yeah,
There was a lot of retching.
yeah,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah. I'll take gore over that any day.
Yeah. Though I will appreciate some of the decisions, especially that the female burglar, the main character, took.
Oh yeah.
Like the car. The car I thought was pretty smart. Having that like whole setup. It didn't work. Like
No.
I mean, yeah, she still got caught. But yeah, that's what I got.
So I give it a 1.5.
Okay. We're about on par.
And it was mainly, I gave it a little bit more just because a lot of the things, like the deaths and the attacks and the decisions, made sense. That being said, what in the hell kind of home security place in the history of ever has keys to the different houses?
That's a really good point.
I could understand maybe a business, but not homes.
That's like a
Also-
huge security, like,
Also, even if they did have keys, why would one employee have access to them and keep them in his own house? It made zero sense. It was a huge plot point, and it was a total movie's got a movie because this is bullshit. I also don't understand why they would assume that someone would have 6 figures in cash in their house instead of in a bank account or investment account or
Yeah.
something. Why would it all be in cash in the house?
yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
Nope. And these people here, Army vet, and they don't think at any point in time that he can and will kill them 30 ways from Sunday if he catches them.
Yeah, or that he has like a weapon, or he has like multiple, because
Yes.
not to stereotype, but it's like from Army vets that I have known, it's like they tend to be more cautious, slightly, I'm not going to go so far as to say paranoid, but
No,
they're
not
more
necessarily.
conscious of like security.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
Because they've had to be.
Yes.
And they also tend to love their guns. And they care for them very well. Like, they're very well kept. And they're usually very good about firearm safety. But they usually do definitely have more than one. Typically.
My grandpa didn't have any guns.
Oh, my grandpa did. But he was very,
to
very
be
good
fair, though,
about...
my grandpa was a medic, so.
That's fair. That's fair. That makes sense, though. Mine was not a medic.
Yeah, I mean, your grandpa has seen different shit.
he was Navy. Oh, no, that's not even the grandpa I'm talking about.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus.
So the grandpa that you're thinking about wasn't in any of the military branches.
Oh.
And he's got a ton of guns.
Oh.
My other grandfather, on my dad's side, is the one that was in the Navy. He also had guns.
Well, I mean, being in the Navy.
Lots of guns.
Yeah.
Lots of guns. But he was very, very good about firearm safety.
Yeah.
And none of them were ever loaded when there were kids around the house, ever. And the ammo was always in a safe away from the firearms. So, he was always very, very, very good about that. And we weren't generally allowed in that closet anyway. So, but yeah, and honestly, he wouldn't have even needed, clearly, a gun to kill any of them.
Yeah.
He was doing quite well enough.
Yeah, his body was a weapon.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Also, Michigan is a stand your ground state. I did look that up. So, they did break in, and they did have a gun. So he was well within his rights to use lethal force to defend himself and his property. Period. Also, because there were multiple attackers, he was within his rights to use lethal force. And he did. To really good effect. But seriously, again, at no point did any of them be like, he's an army vet. Like, maybe we shouldn't do this. This is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And again, the assuming that the cash was even in there. They did assume a lot about his level of blindness, but we did already go into that. Oh god, the plastic bottle silencer.
Oh.
No. And yes, I went down a fucking rabbit hole with this one.
Well, plus silencers, like what you hear in the movies, is not what silencers actually
No.
like. Yeah, they help.
They dampen it.
Yeah, they dampen it, but it's still guns are freaking loud.
They drop it, from what I was looking up, about 20 decibels, which is a significant amount. But that's still really freaking loud.
Yes, yes. I mean, we're talking about like guns. If you have it right next to your ear, it can like ruin your hearing permanently. Like it can blow out your eardrum.
Yeah, like
And
if you're
then-
at a firing range, you're required to wear covers over your ears.
Yeah.
When firing.
So it's like
Or around
taking
other people that
that
are firing.
and then paying a silencer that only lowers it by like 20 decibels. Like, no.
Now,
that's-
again, that is a significant amount, and it could potentially, depending on the silencer, dampen it a little bit more as well, to the point where you don't have to have that kind of covering.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. You can still
But
clearly
it's
hear
still
it, though.
loud.
Yeah, it's still
Yes.
loud. It's just not as loud.
Yes. So again, I went down a rabbit hole and looked it up, and so plastic bottle silencers can be used, but not the way they did it. It would have had to have been a much bigger plastic bottle, and it would have had to have used something to dampen and absorb the sound inside the bottle, like rags, a shirt, something like that. Not just an empty bottle. It also would have had to have been sufficiently adhered to the gun beforehand. And it still wouldn't have been near as quiet as that. And the bottle would have been freaking obliterated. It would have been single use and would have been absolutely obliterated. Not the little pinhole that it had on the bottom of it. No, that's not how it works.
Oh.
No.
No.
I spent too much time looking at that.
Apparently.
Looking into that. It was interesting though. I learned a lot about silencers and how they actually work. So that was interesting, you know, the more you know. Why the hell would she stop running and look back when she got out of the house?
I was screaming at like, she's been so smart, and that was probably one of the dumber.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
God. Also, the window on the car kept changing positions, I'm guessing for effect, whenever the dog was jumping at it and she was trying to roll it up. Also, the guy survived multiple hits to the head with a metal crowbar.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Maybe he's got some metal plates.
Yeah, no, that's not how that works. Hemorrhaging is a thing.
Fair.
Also, you hit someone without a metal object in just the right place on the temple with enough force.
Yeah.
And they die. Like,
yeah.
They could become blind if they're not already, or they could actually die.
Well, because isn't the temple one of the worst places to get hit in the head?
And he was getting hit multiple times, not just in the temple, but all over the skull. No. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. And nobody noticed or said anything about the missing girl at all. Like, we didn't see really any articles about her missing or hear about them seeing him as a person of interest, whether he's blind or not.
Yeah, because he would have been so easy for them to find him out. They just needed a warrant and to go into his freaking basement.
Now, they could have potentially not have been able to get a warrant, but surely he was getting stuff that she needed. Like, you kind of need that level of care. And also, speaking of level of care, what did he think was going to happen if she had a complication or was giving birth?
Well, the fact that he's like, oh, after she gave me the baby, I was just gonna let her go. It's no, that's not how that would work. She would go to the police. Like,
absolutely not.
That wouldn't be a happy ending.
Not how that works at all.
Yeah. He is definitely delusional.
A little bit. Just a little bit. So, no. No. Absolutely not. But otherwise, the interactions between the people made sense. I do appreciate that they, from what I could tell, stuck to the number of shots that each gun had. Yes, I was counting. Don't judge me.
I am a little bit.
And they actually did show him reloading the revolver. So thank you for that. It didn't just seem to have endless ammo. Endless number of shots. And the way that each of them was killed was believable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That, I'm thinking, even if she had the baby, how would he have played off being the baby's, like, parent? Or, like what about, like, a birth certificate? Like, how would that have gone? Would he have just, like, hidden her away?
Possibly.
Yeah.
There were just so many things wrong with that.
Yep, but
he was really deep in grief.
Yes, he was. Yes.
So I get that. I believe him being that delusional because he had nothing left.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But plot.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, overall it's an intense movie with an interesting setup, but it does tend to lose intensity and traction and kind of lose me towards the end when they introduce other things. I mean, I guess the dog, that was when it got more intense, but then it started to feel more like Movies Got a Movie.
Yeah.
Because that's when she stood there and she's like, you can't harm me out here. It's like, I have a dog.
But you spent half the movie trying to get away from the damn dog.
Yeah, and she didn't think about that. But yeah.
And you're not going to outrun the dog.
No. Yeah. But yeah. Thank you for joining us today, and let us know what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a Movie Gamer tea, you can leave us a comment, or join our Discord. And if you'd like to keep up to date with our content, you can find our link tree listed below.
If you'd like to support us monetarily, we have a Teespring and a PayPal, or we have our affiliate link with Republic of Tea available. It does not affect the price of the tea. It just allows us to continue to do what we love. You can find all of the sites mentioned linked below. But until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy.
Bye!